Tricia.
Oh, I'm coming on now. Hey, y'all. Let me see. Okay, let me know. I've got my sound. I think it's working today. Yeah, Ben was saying Sherry, Loretta, Tracy, Kay, Tricia, Amy. Hey, Amy. Trina. So happy to see all y'all. And if anybody's new here, I'm Lucy. I'm Paper Glitter Glue. I'm not Paper Glitter Glue. My website's Paper Glitter Glue. I'm wearing my ears. I think this is the last time before Easter. I don't know if I have any other props to wear in the future. But today we are making, let me pull out the right thing, this llama pop-up card. Let me demonstrate for you. Doot. And I just want to show you how easy it is, the pop-up mechanism. And I see Kathy. Hey, Kathy. Martha Ward. Okay, let's see. And I'm also going to show you how to convert. Let me see if I can find the bunnies. We're going to make a bunny again. Our cute little bunny from... I'm going to show you how to use the bunny from the little bunny egg basket for your pop-up card. So you just understand that we can use any figures, any kind of figures. And let's see, what else? Oh, Cricket Adventure. This is my thing. This is my happy camper that I made for the Cricket Adventure, which starts April 29th. Wait, and I'll show you kind of an accidental fun thing. So I did make it so if you have these little Cricket cuties, you can use them. But I didn't know that this would work. You see how he peers out the window? I just didn't expect that. I actually could have done the door a little better so that he didn't have to jump up and down. But anyway, that's a little happy camper. And then I also included a little place where you can add a license plate. And somebody did an adorable version, like a real Hawaii version with aloha and like a Hawaiian license tag. Yeah, the eyes are funny, aren't they? You know, that was just serendipity. I just didn't expect that they would fit so perfectly. Here he is peering out. And I might make some furniture for the little camper, and maybe I'll have that by the time of the event, April 29th. If you want the VIP ticket, you can buy it from my link. Let me see, where have I shared? I've mostly shared it in my email. I'll add it in the Facebook group. I see Paula, Sonia, and one of my friends watches, but she doesn't, I think she watches, but she doesn't usually comment. I don't think she's signed up. And that is Dorothy. So shout out if Dorothy is here. She's one of my kind of crafting buddies, just like you guys. I see a Jackie. Oh, I don't know how to say that name. SJ. That's a cool name. Paula Seeger Donald. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I know you guys are busy. Oh, Deborah Bell made it. She finished mowing the lawn. It is incredible here today. It's so beautiful. 70s, maybe hit 80 today. The thing is, my house is cold because at night it cools down, but outside's incredible, so I'm not using the heat. So usually I'm wearing like 3 shirts inside and wool socks. Yes, somebody does need to mow the lawn at my house. Fortunately, I have a trusty assistant who does that for me. I'm very lucky. Okay, I'm going to switch to my overhead. I'm putting this in my way. Oh, I guess I do need to turn on the light, huh? And let me switch on my camera, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. I've got a ruler here because I'm going to show you a really cool trick. And let me line it up a little so it looks straight. I'm trying not to make you dizzy. Okay, so let's start off with the llama. Let me see if I have all the llama pieces. I should. So I try to make them as simple as possible so that they're cute but not really hard to make. So there are two main pieces for the body of the llama. I did a black piece as a background, so you have a mouth and a nose. So the white by itself looks kind of strange, but when you glue the black behind it, it works. And then I did some eyelashes. And I cut the eyelashes. When you have something with little details, it really helps to cut it out of 65-pound cardstock. And I'll show you why. These are cut out of 110-pound cardstock, and they're just kind of raggedy. They'll work for eyelashes, but they don't work as well as the 65-pound cardstock does. Okay. My trusty Barely Art glue. And, oh, I see Joanne Webb, who I happen to be related to. That's my little sister, whom I adore, just like I adore my brother here, Ben. My trusty assistant brother. Oh, Miss Tiffany is here. Oh, an earthquake in California. That's not good. Okay, glue it, make sure it lines up okay. So that's really the llama. That's all that's involved for the llama. Okay, so next is the saddle. So there are a number of pieces you can use for the saddle. You can use, this is the background piece with the little tassels, a decorative piece, an overlay, and there's even a kind of an additional overlay or underlay. This goes to make this stripe show up. So that's 4 layers, and it makes a really colorful little saddle. So let's start with the top layer. I'm just going to apply a little glue here. Line it up. Sliding it down a little bit. So that gives me that color, the bright pink underneath the blue. And now the blue I'm attaching to yellow. I really like how the yellow pops. So this is the background. And you know, I've explained this before. I'm not really that symmetrical a person, so you have to be sure you apply it the correct way. So there's our yellow. And then let's see. Turn it over so that it matches. So there's the tassels, the tassel layer. So I'm applying glue to the back of the yellow. Yes, Barely Art glue works for really lightweight stuff. You can actually make houses with it too. And I didn't line up things very well. Line up the top layer. There we go. Isn't that a cute little saddle? And it matches the llama's back. So I'll apply glue. Maybe I'll apply just a little dot to the tassels. A tiny. See how nice you make these little tiny dots? I've got to get one more dot. Okay, there is the saddle, and I wanted one of those. You know how they decorate the llamas with these decorative things. So there's a 2-layer piece for that too. Let me see if I can find it. I think I glued it together already. Let me dump out some of my. Yes, I did. Here we go. So This is a little decorative neck piece. I don't know. And the more pointy end kind of goes to the top. Just kind of fit it so that it fits on the neck, wherever it fits. There you go. And that's the llama. And that's all there is to the llama itself. Okay, now, and I made these grass pieces if you want to add some grass, either to, let me show you the front of the card, to the front of the card, to the front of the card, or I think I have one inside. Let's see. Nope, I don't see that. Maybe. Nope, I don't see that one right now. Okay, so those are optional, and I'll show you these. This is the pop-up mechanism. This is the real secret. The pop-up works as a parallelogram. It's a rectangle that collapses. So basically you just apply glue to this tab and then it will fold flat. And if you actually fold it flat, when you glue it, it will glue in exactly the right place. So we want it to be like this. This is going to be glued to the bottom part of the card. So let's apply glue here. Go fold it flat. And then let me get a card. Find the right card. I'm trying to find a good color. I think this is the color I was going to use because it's the same. Okay, so you just fold your card in half. The score line is there. Okay, and now I'm just going to demonstrate on a lighter one, but I'll glue it onto the same color backing. You want it to fit in the crease line. So we're going to glue, which one should I do first? I'm going to apply glue to the back. Now, not the entire back, not this part, just the square that's going to be attached for the card. And you want it right at the crease line, right at the score line in the middle. Okay, so I'm putting this back piece, now I'm going to lay it flat, and I'm lining, actually, wrong. I'm going to put on the one where the color matches. You can have a contrasting color if you want. And the piece, since this doesn't have much surface area, this one really needs to be glued down well. And you can see I didn't exactly center it, but that's okay. And hold it down. And I'm applying good pressure because I want it to hold, and I want it to hold quickly. And then when I'm testing it, so I kind of help it open so it doesn't pop open. So you can see there's our parallelogram, collapsed, open. And so in the file, what I did was I added a bunch of different shapes that you can adapt for any, basically for any kind of cutout. So the only part that overlaps, it overlaps the legs a little bit and up here. And there is the ubiquitous cat hair. You kind of expected that, didn't you? So I'm going to apply glue around this area. Yeah, this card is number 189 in the free paper glitter glue library. And I'm going to, because I didn't center it very well, the nose sticks out a little bit. That's kind of a common problem for me. Okay, and now, and when I glue the figure on, I actually usually glue the figure just a tiny bit up so that when it folds, it's got room to fold flat. And see how the nose sticks out? Okay, now let's apply some pressure. And here we go. There, that's it. That's how easy it is. Now I added some embellishments in the file if you want to do more stuff. I added kind of a little garland thing so you can, if you want to decorate it, make it more colorful. And I think it's just a teeny bit long. I'm going to trim it. Sort of depends on the card width. So let's add a little glue to this. Is the VIP... Oh, the VIP from last year is only for last year. To the Spooktacular, so it's only for last year. But, you know, you can still do everything free. Just have to kind of catch it each day. You know, and I'm pretty generous with it. I'll try not to cut his nose off. Okay, and then I made little tassels and flags that you can add. Yes, if I had if I had centered it better or centered it more to the left, because you can see I've got room to move this little box if I'd done it right, and the nose would have fit. Yes, that is what we call a Lucy mistake. It's very common. I have a lot of trouble with left and right, and so, you know, centering is kind of left and right. The pinks don't show up very well, since I use basically the same pink for the background. Yes, the design is supposed to be so you can, the nose doesn't stick out. But one advantage to showing you these mistakes is you're like, oh yeah, I need to pay attention to that. So if I make it like in real time, then you say, oh yeah, that's the kind of thing I would do. I'm not going to do it this time. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it. Appreciate your confidence in me. Oh, shoot, you popped up. See, everything sticks. No tassels. They're not exactly the same shade. And then you can decorate the front however you want. And so you can put a llama on the front as well. Or, and remember, this is not the front. This is the front. It opens like this. So this is the front. And you can use the grass and just, you know, whatever. Just to kind of experiment, I did some pom-poms just to see if the little pom-poms would look good. But I did that, and then the llama won't fit. So I thought about just removing one pom-pom and putting the llama in there. Something like that. So if you're going to do pom-poms, you know, kind of plan on them, how you're going to do them. See? Okay, that is the llama version. And then I just wanted to show you, I've got the bunny from last week somewhere. The bunny's design number, free design number 188. And the llama card, the easy card, is 189. And let's see, I think this is the order. The whites of the eyes go last. The brown or whatever color you want to make your bunny goes on top. So let's just whip out a bunny, okay? Yeah, I like the pom-poms too. If you're going to mail them, they'd be a little bit problematic, but I've kind of adopted my sister's mother-in-law. And oh, no, 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 don't do that. We need ears. We need pink ears. Pink ears next. See, that's what gives the bunny the personality, I think. It's the little nose and the little bit of mouth that shows. And now we can add the black, which is the eyes, and a little contrast around the mouth. I think the black is pretty important. Can't really tell here, but it gives a little emphasis to the mouth. And I always kind of center it. It's easiest, sort of the curves around the ears to do that. And apply glue to the back of it. Apply glue to the part with the most cutouts. That's my general rule of thumb when you're doing layered designs. Excuse me. Sorry. Swallowed wrong. There. Now he got his cute little face. And the body, we just glue the head on. An egg, arm, and leg. I'm going to mute while I cough, okay? I hope the sound will come back. Okay, good. I hope that worked. Yes, that's good. Okay, so here is the bunny. Here's a little egg I'm going to glue. Let me see. This is a little leg. And where is the little arm? There's the tail. I know I cut out an extra arm. I know I did. I put them in envelopes, but anyway, I'll glue the arm on later. But there's a little arm that goes right here. It still looks pretty good. Oh, Deborah Bell made the basket. I think it's one of my kind of best designs. I really like it. I'm sure I've told you this before. There are times you make something and you're like, meh. And then there are times you're like, oh, this is good. You know, I wasn't trained as a graphic artist. Everything I learned, I got started with Jennifer Maker, her A Cut Above course, and then pretty much had to learn stuff on my own. And one of these days, I promise I will have a course. Okay, because the bunny is pretty top heavy, the head's got 4 layers. So we need to make sure the head is supported. So let's see if this piece works well enough for the bunny. I do think so. You can see on this part of the pop-up mechanism, the head is supported. Okay, so let's glue this together. Glue our tab. Tiffany, I do think she needs to update the course. She added some stuff on, but you have to pay extra. And I did it so long ago. And her course is not, it's not really designed for 3D. It's, oh, there, I found the arm. There's a little arm. And on my other bunnies, I decorated them a little. I inked around them. Let me grab the basket again. No, I didn't do it on that one. Where's another one? I did on this one. You can see I inked around it just to give a little contrast to make the legs show up a little better. But I didn't do it on this one. Okay, now let's see. We're not going to have any trouble with the bunny showing up. Okay, and let's see. Do we want some grass? How can we do the grass? Let's see. Do I? No, I think it covers him up. We can put, okay, that's what we'll do. We'll just trim this to fit, the grass to fit. And we'll go ahead and glue that on now, because we're going to glue that before we glue the bunny on. And notice, well, if I quit shifting it, I don't want it exactly on the score line because I don't want it to provide thickness right at the score line. Okay, so there we go. So I moved it up just a teeny tiny bit. Now I'm going to apply glue to the back piece again. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'm glad you like these. Like I said, these two designs are designs I really like. I made the llama for a different event last year. And when you make a card or something for an event, you're not supposed to share it for a few months, but it's been over a year. So I think I'm legal now. And I thought it went good. It was a good thing to do for this time of year. You know, people associate llamas with Cinco de Mayo, even though, you know, llamas are from South America, but not Mexico. Okay, let's see. Glue that part down. Now let's add our little bunny. Oh, I popped it. Yes, my goal, right now, I am working on things for the Spooktacular. That's my big event. And I know some people aren't big Halloween fans, but it really is my favorite. And so I'm working on some cool things for that. Nothing's very scary. I hope I applied glue in the right place. A little more on the head. But, so I'm not working on a course, but next year I hope to have a 3D course. That's what I want to teach, how to make, you know, relatively simple 3D projects. Not, shoot, I did it again. Not, you know, those kind of multi-dimensional 3D things. That looks hard to me. It actually looks not fun. And they're made with a different program. Okay, I'm going to have to wait a minute for this. Let's see. Now remember, when I'm testing it, you can kind of ooch it down so that you don't pop it off. There, I think I did it successfully this time. And there's the bunny. Isn't that a cute pop-up card? Okay, now I want to show you one thing really quickly. Okay, there's another way to make pop-up cards. Make it a different color. Especially if you don't have a cutting machine, you can draw two parallel lines and make them pop up. Let me get a pencil. I'm going to show you. Okay, let's just draw 2 lines. Let me pick some even numbers. Okay, a 6 as the middle. Let's go 8, and let's go 5. So I'm 1 inch below and 2 inches above. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm lining up 6, 2 inches above, so I'm doing 8 and 5. And now let's cut them with our craft knife.
Did you see Deborah's question?
Let me see, Deborah has a question. Oh, it's the program CAD. Are you talking about Jennifer's program or what I'm going to teach? No, what I teach will either be Inkscape and or Illustrator. I work on Illustrator. Okay, so now we have this, and this is, let's see how it works. Let's fold this out. So we want this we want it to pop up. And so now, let's fold along here. Fold down, let's see if it works. There. You see? It did its own pop-up, and you didn't have to cut out anything. Now the other thing about it is, you've got this big hole in your card. So you need a background piece that will, let me see, where's the background piece? You need a bigger background piece, so you glue it in the middle so you don't have this big hole in the background. But I just wanted to show you, like if you want to figure out, you want a really simple mechanism, then you could do that without having to cut out a rectangle. And in the pattern for the llama, I think I'm going to switch now. Switch cameras. And in the pattern for the llama, there are other size pop-up mechanisms. There's some tall, thin ones. There's some fatter ones. So they're just some different options so you can apply different cutouts. I wanted you to be able to make, to convert some of your cool cutouts, into other pop-ups. So let me see. Let me pull out my pop-up book. Let's see. Let me find a little house. I'm digging. Okay, here we go. Like this card. So you can add just different things to make different size pop-ups. This is in my book, Playful Pop-Up Houses. But yeah, so anyway, I like to make things so that stuff is flexible for you. Okay, let me see. Somebody asked, what are you teaching? Eventually, Vanessa, I'm going to teach how to do 3D designs with either Inkscape or Illustrator. Probably both, because I live on Illustrator, but it costs me like 50-something a year. 50-something a month, and I think it's a pretty expensive program. There are other programs that are cheaper. You can use Silhouette as a design program. Silhouette, what else? The design program for Scan and Cut is free, I believe. You can use Inkscape, which is free, so I'm going to try to do stuff like that. So I'm going to try to make it so you can at least start out free, and then if you really get going and you're making a ton of projects, then I think it's worth it to move to Illustrator. But Illustrator is expensive. I think, mine's actually probably $60 a month, $59.99. So no, it's not a CAD. Okay, and the difference between the way I design and a CAD program figures out angles for you. So let me see. Let me find something with a Like this is what I call the faded mansion. So I designed this, but I have to figure out what this angle is on my own. So to make this roof attached to this roof, I have to figure out this angle, whereas a CAD program would calculate it for you. So, yes. Okay. Alrighty, any other questions? Oh, the more complex designs are like those 3D animals with all those folds. I think that's a program called Blender. And I'm, just not going to learn that one. And also, I like I said, I don't know how fun they are to make when you've got to fold, all the angles to make a cat, or you've seen them like a giraffe and everything. So, yeah, no, I just want to make relatively simple designs, 3D designs. Yes, the Silhouette Edition is, I think, a bargain, and I think it's relatively easy to learn, too. Okay, yes, any entries if you want to add something to the Easter and Spring contest. And the other thing about it is, if maybe you're just kind of shy and you're like, I don't really want to be in a contest. I don't want to be, voted on or anything. But I do have something kind of cool I made, a little house I made, and I'd like to share it. So just join us for the joy of creation. That's really the reason I thought of having the contest, was to encourage people to be creative and share. And what people have done is really gone a step above. So it's really fun. Hey, Rosemary. Hi, Kathy. Okay, well, I'm going to go now. We always go get some food, and then I usually, now that I'm retired, and if I have a little lull, I tend to fall asleep. Okay, well, thank you, everybody, for all your kindness, for being here, and I hope you'll make either the little llama card, or or do the bunny variation. I'm hoping the bunny will stick now. Okay, alrighty. Y'all have a good time. Okay, bye, y'all. I always have trouble finding the button.